Good morning. I wanted to share this with you guys. I was reading in Luke yesterday, chapter 9, verses 57 through 62, the cost of following Jesus. It says, as they were walking along the road, a man said to him, I will follow you wherever you go. Jesus replied, foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. He said to another man, follow me. But he replied, Lord, first let me go and bury my father. Jesus said to him, let the dead bury their own dead, but you go and proclaim the kingdom of God. Still another said, I will follow you, but first let me go back and say goodbye to my family. Jesus replied, no one who puts his hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the service in the kingdom of God. Listen, the people that God has called out, any people in ministry, whatever, God has called you. Sometimes we have to leave everything to get to where God is taking us. Because he has to change us and train us and make us and mold us. And I was just talking about counting the cost. The cost of following Jesus is a lot, because you're going to give up so much. But what you give up is nothing compared to what God is going to add to you. There is a cost of following Jesus. There is a cost of following Jesus. You cannot worry about family. You cannot worry about friends. You cannot worry about any of those things. Take up your bed and walk. Let's go. Let's follow Jesus, because everything else that's behind us is behind us. That's old. Now all things shall become new because we are following Jesus. You have to leave so much behind. Leave it behind. It's going to hurt, because I have been hurting because of people I had to leave behind and walk away from. There is a cost. Count the cost before you say yes. But your yes will always be blessed, and your life will be beautiful. Not perfect, but beautiful, because when God has his hand on your life, his protection on your life, his favor on your life, they can't touch you. They can't bother you. They can try to. They can try to tell you about the things you used to do. They can try to tell you about the places you used to go, but they can't mess with who God has made you. So you leave everything else behind and follow Jesus. I even told my children, I said, if y'all not following Jesus, I'm still going. I have to go. Brothers and sisters, I have to go. I have to go because God has called me and he has chosen me. So I have to leave stuff behind. And if he's called you or chosen you, you will have to leave stuff behind. Stop worrying about your family. Stop worrying about those friends who most of the time didn't mean you well in the first place. So you have to go. Your main relationship in your life should be your relationship with God. Take up your bed and walk. Get up out of the valley of dry bones. Let's go. Let's follow Jesus, because if y'all can see, we are touching the last days. God has called up his remnant, his faithful remnant. That only a few will get into the kingdom. The gate is narrow, it's not wide. This stuff is real. And this year, God has displayed himself like never before. Like never before. He has sealed his remnant. He has sealed them. So if God has called you, you're going to have to leave everything behind and follow him. He may make you move. He may do anything. But you have to be ready, and you have to follow him, and you have to be willing. Count the cost.